Hi, it's Modest Vegan Chick. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I am in the garden, as you can tell. Finally getting out and ready to start some spring garden cleanup. I usually cut a lot of plants, the perennials, back, but I didn't do it this year, and I'm glad I didn't. Or I didn't do it last year either. But I'm glad I didn't because look at all this growth on this daisy. I usually cut these all the way back to the ground. Had no idea that if I just left them alone, they would still just grow. So definitely gonna clean that up. So I also want to share with you guys some new garden beds that I did put together last year. I think some in the summer, some in the fall. But I didn't show any of this. I was in the garden a lot last year. I just didn't film a lot. So sorry. So I did add the boxwoods around most of my front borders. As you can see, I think I told you guys I was going to do that. So I extended this bed. A lot of these plants I got from around the garden. A few I did buy, like this hydrangea tree in the middle. So you can see how big this garden bed is. And most of these plants I did find from around the garden. It's always nice to shop your own garden first. I did add a few new things like this blue spruce. I absolutely love. It survived the winter. That's awesome. Planted all these bulbs. I did add some prickly pear cactus. I don't know how well they're going to do. They did survive the winter. It looks like I got those on Facebook Marketplace for like $1, which is really cheap for prickly pear. And I'm so happy with how some of my shrubs and perennials and bulbs have come back. There's some lamb's ear, daffodils. There's another prickly pear. I planted a lot of succulents, little tiny succulents around this little tree here. Planted some around that tree. Getting over a cold, so I'm sorry. And here is a butterfly bush that I did not cut down. Just let it grow. But I am going to cut it all the way back down. As you can see, there is green emerging. And there's a hollyhock. It's a black hollyhock that I relocated from the backyard because it was so beautiful in the back. I wanted to bring it to the front so that everyone could see it. They are a biennial, I think that's what they're called, where they bloom every other year. So I guess this year it'll just be the green. I don't think it will flower. So we'll see. Look how beautiful that is. This has been this bright golden color all winter long. It's amazing. It only looks that beautiful during the winter time. Here's my beautiful concrete statue that I got from Facebook Marketplace. Yes. Definitely check out Facebook Marketplace in your local area. All right, so lots of stuff still coming up. My roses are doing good. This is my pearl bush that I have in memory of my mother. I actually have 2 more that I have in a new garden bed. The weeping cherry, still looking good. Hopefully it blooms. Here's my Japanese maple. This is ever red. A lot of things have not come out of dormancy yet, so it's exciting to see what has and what has not. All my boxwoods look like they survived. I did plant some poppy seeds, lots of poppy seeds everywhere, and it's hard to tell in some places if they have come up or not, so I'll have to be looking out for that as well. There's something coming up there. So when I do my cleanup, I'll do another video so you can see what everything looks like with some with some fresh mulch. Get rid of some of these leaves. And this is my favorite mulch that I like to use when I do choose to use mulch. I like to mulch in the front and then leaf mulch in the back. Okay, so over here, so I was just in the front. There's the front garden. There's like the long front garden bed. Here's the circle garden bed. And then here in this corner, I added this new bed. My daughter calls it the heart-shaped bed. I didn't try to make it a heart shape, but it actually is in the shape of a heart. Totally in the shape of a heart. And I honestly did not even try to do that. So this is the heart-shaped bed. Once again, I relocated some things from around the garden. And then I did add 2 new pearl bushes in memory of my mother, whose name was Pearl. And then I added another one over there. I have to put netting. I don't know if you can tell, but there is black netting because the deer will eat this particular shrub. And this is another one of my cherry laurel bushes. I have another on the side of the house. It looks horrible now, but hopefully it bounces back. These boxwoods I already had, so I just relocated them. I actually had 4 boxwoods that were hiding under larger bushes and trees, so I moved those. 2 here and 2 I'll show you where my other new garden bed is. And I put over there, and I can tell that the deer have been chomping on the boxwoods. Then here in the middle, this is a birch. It's a birch tree. And I got that tree on sale for like $5. So actually I got 3 of them. Planted 1 here and I got 2 more in the back. So I have some perennials coming back up. This is some golden feverfew. And I had it under this little Dollar Tree cloche here. I have it pinned down. I don't want to take the pin off, but it came back. I grew these from seed and they didn't bloom last year, but they did have a lot of foliage. So hopefully this year it will bloom. And they look like that through the whole winter. So I didn't know that feverfew would just stay this beautiful golden color all winter long. It's amazing. So I think that's yarrow right there, and then something here. I don't know what that is. They survived, so I'm happy. So pretty much everywhere you see these cloches, there's something that I planted. There's something there. I just don't remember. And there, once I clean it up and find the labels, I'll be able to tell you what everything is. I transplanted some lamb's ear here as well. Oh, look. My little chicks and hens came back. And then I have a boxwood in a pot with some sedums. I think that's pretty much everything in this garden bed. The heart-shaped garden bed. Have a bag of mulch. Probably gonna need more than just that 1 bag, but I don't feel like going back and get mulch, so I'll probably have to spread that thinly, which I do anyway because the cats will think it's their litter bed, litter box. So that's why I don't use a ton of mulch, but I do like the look of mulch as a top layer in the garden beds. Okay, so let me stand back so you can see what this bed looks like. So I planted this down my little cricket sidewalk. Yeah, because I wanted an arch here for so long, and I kept waiting, thinking, okay, I'll wait till I get the sidewalk fixed, but I couldn't wait. I just couldn't. So I went ahead and made this little entrance garden. Most of these plants I also transplanted from other places in the garden, including these gorgeous boxwoods. I did plant some pansies here in the fall, and they bloomed all winter. I have some little deer deterrent soap on this little shepherd hook. So that's how the arbor looks. It's gorgeous. Got this for $40 at my nursery, my local garden nursery. So that is the other bed that I put together. So yeah, so there's the heart bed, the heart bed, circle bed, and then let's go on this side and show you. Oh, I'm walking too fast. So here's the other side of the front garden beds. I kind of started over there, and now I'm on the other side. I did border with these stones going all the way around, so I think that looks good. different varieties of daffodils. And speaking of daffodils, I even got my daffodil bulbs. Most of them are plants because I got them as plants last year. I think it was last year on Facebook Marketplace as well. This woman, she was clearing out her front yard and she didn't want any of the daffodils, and she had thousands and thousands of daffodils, and she had them for sale. Fill a bag for $5, and my bags were busting open. I had so many daffodil plants in each bag. I was getting my $5 worth. So I planted them front, back, side to side, all around the house. My beautiful bottle trees, I actually left out all winter, and they looked amazing in the snow. Gorgeous. Here's another butterfly bush that I'm gonna have to cut back. These are, what are you guys? I planted these bulbs years ago. Oh, alliums. That's what those are. Those are alliums. And they're still coming up, so that's pretty cool. I think I have some on the other side too. So here's my other cherry laurel shrub. Hopefully it bounces back. Some more lamb's ear. It's my beautiful, amazing, my favorite tree, evergreen tree in the garden. And it's the green giant arborvitae conifer. It's a conifer. A little note on my label. But I remember when I first got this tree, it was a tiny thing. Well, it wasn't tiny, but I remember when I first got it, it was very small, but it's pretty tall. It looks good. And it's still got its beautiful bronzy winter color. So that will, you know, turn back all green eventually. So I have my yellow dogwoods here. There are some tulips and daffodils planted up in there. Beautiful yellow dogwoods on both sides. And this is the entrance into the backyard. Oh, and I also, what's new over here is I planted these red dogwoods. I had those evergreens here. They did terrible. They did not make it through the winter. I think last year. I ended up taking them back last year. And instead of putting more evergreens here, because I think there's just too many roots in the ground from all these other trees. So I pulled those up, took them back, because you know Lowe's has their year guarantee. And I ended up getting red dogwoods to put here. So there's red dogwoods, hydrangeas, and my yellow. So I think the yellow and the red dogwoods look good together. More daffodils. More daffodils. These are my hydrangeas. Hopefully they come back. Well, this whole area I think is all hydrangeas. There is stuff I planted here. I don't remember, but I know I planted. Let's see what it says. It says lily of the valley, May apples, and some hostas. And this is the entrance into the backyard, which I'm not going to clean up just yet. I'm going to concentrate on the front yard first. But just to give you a little sneak peek on how the back garden is going, or doing. It's doing pretty good. I do need lots of cleanup. My beautiful magnolia bush is looking amazing. It's so sad because it doesn't last very long at all. Extraordinary. So anyway, yes, this is the back garden, and I will save that garden for another day. All right, so I'll go back around my front garden. I just wanted to give you a good look of the garden. It doesn't really look that bad to me, even though I've not done anything to it yet. No cleanup. So I know once I do pull some weeds. Oh, check it out. Right there in the middle of all of those little, some type of ground cover, I do see my poppy seeds coming up. They're little seedlings. Let's see if I can zoom in. There it is. Okay. Yeah, those are my poppies coming up. So I threw those out when the snow was on the ground, and they came up. Happy about that. Let me check over here on the other side, because I did plant some over here. Let's see. Okay, I can see a few coming up. All right, so there's my Japanese maple tree. Hydrangeas, roses. I just want you guys to check out how the garden's been doing. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It feels good to be back doing garden videos. I love sharing with you guys. So thank you, and I appreciate you so much for even taking the time out to watch. So I will be doing a part 2 to this video, front yard cleanup, and then I'll make my way to the back. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye for now.